Hi, I'm Ed Baldwin with your weekly wrap-up for Friday, March the 17th. Well, the corn and wheat markets were up this week. Corn was up on 4 consecutive days of new export sales to China, and wheat was higher as there's still no deal on extending the Black Sea shipping agreement, and with the March 18th deadline approaching. The oilseed markets, however, they were lower this week, with soybeans down on a pickup in the exports out of Brazil, and canola continuing to struggle with long liquidation, pushing prices lower. The equity markets were back and forth this week, with the concern over the banking crisis in the US and Europe, as well as the speculation on how the US Fed will respond next week with their interest rate. Our May canola contract this week was down again. It was down $26.20 a ton, and it closed at $751.60. The canola was down as the liquidation continued. We had even fresh sellers jumping in, which pushes prices even lower. The losses that we saw in the crude oil market also weighed on canola. The May soybean contract was also down this week. It lost 30 cents a bushel this week, and it closed at $14.77. The May corn, well, it was up this week on the sales that we heard about going to China, and it closed at $6.34 a bushel. The May oat contract was virtually unchanged. It did manage to gain a penny over the week and closed at $3.48. And the May Minneapolis spring wheat contract, well, it was up 36 cents a bushel this week, closing out at $8.61. The wheat markets were up this week, gaining back last week's losses on the lack of the agreement in the Black Sea shipping, and also on concerns over the dry conditions in the U.S. Southern Plains, with the winter wheat about to break dormancy. Our Canadian dollar this week, well, it gained a half a cent. It was up 53 basis points and closed at 72.95. However, crude oil was down hard. It was down $9.88 a barrel and closed at 66.80. For next week, well, wheat has shown signs that it may have bottomed. And while canola has yet to show us a bottom, it is starting to bounce around, and we could be very close to, if not at, a bottom. So we'll look for canola to possibly hold above its current low at 737 and to trade on either side of that 745 area. However, a break below 737 would open the door to go down to the 715 to 730 area. And for spring wheat, well, we'll look for prices to trade either side of this 850 area that we're at and attempt to move up towards that 880, which was the breakdown area. I'm Ed Baldwin with your weekly wrap-up for Friday, March the 17th.